Okay, so let's talk about a product you've probably seen everywhere lately, L'Oreal's Glycolic Gloss line. It's on every shelf, promising this incredible glass-like shine for your hair. But what's the real story? Is it just a quick cosmetic polish that makes things look good for a day, or is it actually doing some deep structural repair? Well, today we're going to break down the science and the real-world results to figure it out.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You use heat on your hair, you get it colored, you spend time in the sun, and suddenly it just starts to look, well, kind of sad. It gets dull, the frizz decides to show up uninvited, and that super smooth, shiny hair you want feels like a distant memory. It's a really common struggle.
So what's the magic ingredient that's supposed to fix all this? You might think it's some new fancy hair oil from a remote island, but nope, it's actually glycolic acid. Yeah, the same stuff you find in face peels and skincare toners. L'Oreal basically took this skincare hero and built a whole hair care line around it. So let's see what they're actually promising here. So the big promise from L'Oreal is that this glycolic gloss line is your ticket to getting rid of dull, dry hair fast and right at home. They're marketing it as this really simple way to get that professional-looking shine, but without all the heavy oils or silicones that can just weigh your hair down.
And yeah, the promises on the box, they sound pretty amazing. You're going to see claims like boosts shine, reduces frizz, and enhances softness. A huge selling point is that it's supposed to be lightweight and totally safe for color-treated hair. Sounds like the perfect solution, but how does it actually work?
All right, now for the fun part, the science. This is where we get to peel back the curtain a little bit and separate what the marketing says from what's actually happening chemically. How in the world can a skincare acid transform your hair?
Okay, so here is the absolute most important thing to understand. Glycolic acid is an AHA, an alpha-hydroxy acid. And when you put it on your hair, it is not a deep conditioner. It's not a protein treatment. It doesn't go in and rebuild the bonds inside your hair. Think of it purely as a cosmetic surface fix. Its entire job is on the outside of the hair strand. The way it creates that shine is actually a pretty simple three-step process. First, that glycolic acid gently exfoliates the hair, kind of clearing away any gunk or product buildup that's sitting on the surface. Second, and this is the key part, it smooths and seals the hair's cuticle. That's the outer protective layer. And third, once that surface is all smooth and flat, it acts like a mirror. Light bounces off it evenly and boom, you get visible shine.
This is honestly the perfect analogy. Glycolic gloss is like a really high-quality furniture polish. It can take a kind of dull wooden table and make it look incredibly shiny and new. But it's not a hammer and nails. It cannot fix a broken leg on that table. It's all about that beautiful, surface-level finish.
Okay, so the science makes sense in theory, but does this stuff actually work when you use it day to day? To find out, we're looking at a super detailed 5-day test from Shears over at HairBrushy.com. He tried the entire product line on his own frizz-prone, color-treated hair to see what really happens.
And the results were really telling. So day one, right away, there's a noticeable boost in shine and his ends looked smoother. Day two, the frizz was a little better, hair felt softer, great. But then, look at day three. He skipped a wash and the shine was gone and the frizz was right back where it started. This shows you everything. The effect is temporary. The benefits are real, but you've got to keep reapplying.
So let's just boil this down. What improved? For sure, shine and softness got a boost, and his hair was easier to detangle. What didn't improve? Long-term frizz control was a no-go. And just like the science told us, it didn't do any deep repair for existing damage. The effects are cosmetic, and they pretty much last until your next hair wash.
And this leads to a hilarious but really practical warning from the review. Because the product works by coating the hair, it is so easy to use too much. As Shears puts it, if you go full gorilla with it, your scalp can get oily fast. So the big takeaway here? A little goes a long way.
Okay, so we've got the science, we've got the real-world test. Now let's get to the most important part. Is this stuff actually right for you? Who's going to use this and see those amazing glossy results, and who is probably just going to be a little disappointed? So who's going to love this? It seems to be a fantastic match if you have fine to medium hair that's just dealing with some mild dullness or a bit of frizz. It's also great for color-treated hair. But on the flip side, it's going to be way less effective if you have severely damaged hair, same goes for coarse or high-porosity curls, and if you already have an oily scalp, you might want to steer clear.
Honestly, this quote from the review just says it all. If you're dealing with really serious damage, split ends that are basically crispy toast, a surface-level gloss is not going to be your savior. It just can't reverse that kind of structural damage. The best fix for that is, and always will be, a good haircut. So after looking at all of this, the marketing claims, the real science, the hands-on results, let's distill it all down to the final, crucial takeaways you really need to remember.
Okay, here's the bottom line. L'Oreal Glycolic Gloss is a cosmetic surface fix. It absolutely can deliver some beautiful shine and softness. But, and this is a big but, it is not a deep repair treatment for damaged hair. Its sweet spot is for mild dullness and light frizz, mainly on fine to medium hair. Just go in knowing the results are temporary. And, for the love of good hair days, start with a small amount.
And that brings us right back to the question we started with. Now that you know exactly how this product works, what it can do and what it can't, you can decide for yourself. What are you looking for right now? Is it a quick, beautiful polish to make your hair shine, or do you really need to focus on a deeper structural repair? Your answer tells you everything you need to know about whether this belongs in your shower.